Hello students, welcome in online classes. Myself Rashmi Yande, your science teacher. Students, our fifth lesson towards green energy is going. Certain points like thermal energy power plant, the electricity generation with the help of natural gas, with the help of nuclear energy, these all things we discussed. Today we are going to start the last part of this lesson, that is hydroelectric energy. Before that, on page number 53, electric energy generation and environment. This content it get deducted for this year only. In this content, which points are there? In this part, there is a discussion related to the electrical generation based on fossil fuels like coal, natural gas and nuclear fuels like uranium and plutonium. So these all techniques are not environment friendly. These are not eco-friendly technique. So discussion of that limitations is there. So what is the remedy for this? The one remedy is there, that is the towards the green energy. This technique we should adopt it. This energy we must use. Next point of today's session, it is the hydroelectric energy. Hydroelectric energy, name itself indicate the energy production with the help of water. Hydro, that means the water. So kinetic energy in flowing water or the potential energy in water reservoir is a conventional source of energy. We know that in dam, in river, there is a stored water is there, and from long time we use that water. But we know that these sources like river, dam, small ponds, these all are the renewable sources. So here in dam we stored the water. So that stored water have which energy? Potential energy. In hydroelectric power plant, the potential energy in water stored in dam is converted into kinetic energy of water. How? Fast flowing is brought from the dam to the turbine. To this fast flowing, the potential energy in water is get converted into the kinetic energy. So how it works? Fast flowing is brought from the dam to the turbine at the bottom of the dam. The kinetic energy of the flowing water drives the turbine. The turbine in turns drives to generate the electricity through the generator. So this is the flow chart. 5.15, the stages in hydroelectric power plant. Water reservoir with potential energy, because it is the stagnant, therefore we can say potential energy is there. That potential energy we convert into kinetic energy by flowing forcefully that water from the dam to the turbine. So that water it get fall on the turbine, that turbine rotates, generator will start and electrical energy produce. Here the schematic of hydroelectric power plant. If you look at this diagram carefully, this is the water reservoir, that is the dam. Here A, B, C, these are the levels of the water. Okay. So here the sluice gate is there. Through this gate, forcefully water will come and it get fall on the turbine. Due to the forcefully falling of this water, turbine starts to rotating and generator also start and electricity will generate. So in this way, the labeling of this diagram they may ask in examination. So you have to carefully understand the working of this diagram. Hydroelectric power generation plant also have certain limitations. Here certain advantages are also there, certain disadvantages are also there. First of all, we will discuss the advantages. First advantage it is, since no fuel is burnt in hydroelectric power generation, there is no pollution resulting from combustion of fuels. As we know that in thermal power plant we burn the coal and due to that air pollution occur. In nuclear fission, although there is a burning of coal or burning of any fuel is not there, but there is a high risk during the nuclear collision. Third, we discuss the natural gas. In natural gas also combustion of this fuel is occur. So certain limitations are there with this type of the power generation plants. But here no fuel is burned, therefore no pollution is occur. Second advantage, if there is sufficient water storage in the dam, it is possible to generate electricity as and when necessary. Third one, although water reservoir is used for power generation, it can be replenished during rainy season, leading to interrupted power generation. Replenish, that means renew. As I told you, in rainy season we can renew, we can refill that reservoir in rainy season. Therefore, these are the advantages related to the hydroelectric power generation plant. Certain limitations are also there. Which limitations? First one, it is the backwater due to storage of water in dam may submerge villages or towns in that area. This leads to the problems of rehabilitation of the displaced population. Moreover, this can also submerge forest as well as fertile land. Before the construction of dam, on that area, maybe forest area may be there, or we can say certain population, that is habitation of certain animals. So for the construction of dam, we have to clean that area. That means deforestation will occur. Second limitation, the obstruction of the flow of river water may have adverse effect on living world in the river. These are the certain limitations related to the hydroelectric power generation plant. Here by mistake there is a electricity generation using wind energy is there. Cut this heading. ये heading यहाँ पे नहीं होना चाहिए. ये part next page पे है. Next part, the energy formation with the help of wind energy. So before that, here one question is there, what is the lake tapping, why it takes place? You should know about this concept. Lake tapping, you can write down the answer. A lake tapping is a artificial process where a tunnel from the bottom of lake by blasting dynamite explosive. This process allows the lake water to flow down from the tunnel. So lake tapping, that means at the bottom side a tunnel like feature it get formed with the help of dynamite blasting, through which there is a flow of water can be takes place from downside through that tunnel. So this concept it is called as the lake tapping. Why it takes place? This lake tapping, it is useful especially in summer season or in the situation where water level it goes down. Next part, it is the electric generation using wind energy. Wind energy, it is a renewable source of energy. The kinetic energy in wind has been used since long for lifting of water, for driving flour mill, etc. The wind energy can also be used for electricity generation. The machine which converts the kinetic energy of wind to electrical energy, it is called as the wind turbine. Through this machine there is a conversion of wind energy into the electrical energy. As the wind strikes the blades of the turbine, the blade rotate. The axle of the turbine is connected to electric generator through the gearbox. The function of the gearbox is to increase the rotations per unit time. Thus the rotating blades drive the turbine and the turbine in turn drives the generator to generate the electricity. Here only 3 steps are there in change in the energy level. Kinetic energy in wind change into the kinetic energy in turbine, which results in the production of the electric energy. Wind turbines with capacity right from the less than 1 kilowatt to about 7 megawatt, that is the 7000 kilowatt, are commercially available. Depending on the wind velocity available at the site of installation, wind turbine with specific capacity is selected. The wind velocity at specific location depends upon many geographical factors. Which geographical factors of wind speed, the temperature of that area, or we can say the climatic condition, these all things are very important. Wind velocity is usually high on seashore, and that environment is appropriate for installation of wind turbine. The continuously flowing of the wind. Wind energy is a clean energy source. However, the wind velocity necessary for wind energy generation is not available everywhere. In that sense, use of wind energy is limited. Here no burning of fuel is there, no any disadvantage will be there. Only one limitations related to this wind energy, that is wind speed is not uniform everywhere. So this is the only limitation related to the wind energy. So next point, it is the electric energy generation using the solar energy. Using the energy of sunlight. Solar energy, that means sunlight. So this is also eco-friendly technology. Using the energy in sunlight, electric energy can be generated into two ways. First way, that is with the help of solar photovoltaic cell, and second type, it is the solar thermal power plant. So one by one we will discuss these two types, because all these techniques, whether it is a thermal power plant, or we can say nuclear power plant, or natural gas burning, hydroelectric power plant, wind energy, in all these techniques, electromagnetic induction, this principle is work. On this principle, all these techniques are based. However, electrical energy can be generated directly from the solar radiation without using generator and without using the principle of electromagnetic induction. Solar photovoltaic cells convert the solar energy directly into electrical energy. This is the first part. Second method, the energy in solar radiation is converted into thermal energy first. Then a turbine generator system is driven using that thermal energy to generate the electricity. So in this second method also, that solar radiations, they convert into the thermal energy, and then with the help of that thermal energy, there is a rotation of turbine generator system, and through which there is a generation of electricity is occur. So one by one we just discussed these points. First option or first method, it is with the help of solar photovoltaic cell. Solar photovoltaic cell converts the solar radiation energy directly into the electrical energy. This is called as the solar photovoltaic effect. The electrical energy generated through this energy transformation process is DC in nature. What is the meaning of DC? Not digital classroom here. DC, that means direct current, we can say. Okay. So the electrical energy generated through this energy transformation process is DC in nature, because directly here no steps are there, only sunlight directly convert into electrical power through the photovoltaic effect. Okay. These solar cells are made of a special type of material called semiconductor, example silicon. A silicon solar cell of dimension 1 centimeter square generates current of about 30 milliampere and potential difference of about 0.5 volt. Next to this, the part, it is the solar cells in series and solar cells in parallel. But for this year, this part it get deducted. Students, you have to read out this part once, because you have to understand properly if there is a solar cells in series, how much energy will form, and what is the difference between the solar cells in parallel and series. For production of the electricity through the solar energy, we require the solar cells. These solar cells are made up of silicons. Yes, so these are the structure of that. These cells we can arrange in series manner also, or in parallel manner also. So this depend upon the requirement. For which purpose we use these solar cells. According to that, we have to arrange them. So many solar cells, when they connect to each other, there is a formation of solar panel. So this is the solar panel which is made from the 36 solar cells. Okay. And when these type of many solar panels they arranged as per our requirement, we can connect. And this type of connection on a large scale, it is called as the solar energy, solar cell to solar array. Okay. So solar array, it is nothing but a connection of the solar cells in parallel and series manner. So these all things are depend upon our requirement. The power available from the solar cells is DC, direct current. So in applications which need DC power, example electric lights based on the light emitting diodes, the energy can be directly used because here no mediators are there. Directly sunlight with the help of solar cells, directly there is a conversion in the electricity. However, since the energy from solar cells is available only in presence of sunlight, the energy has to be restored in batteries for use at later time. So how it works? However, most of the equipment in the domestic as well as industrial use run on the AC power. AC power, that means alternate current. In such a case, the DC solar power must be converted to AC power using an electronic device called as the inverter. So 5.28 diagram, it is a schematic diagram of solar photovoltaic power station. In this way, electricity generated without any fuel combustion and so without any air pollution. However, since the energy is generated using solar radiation, solar cells can generate electricity during daytime only. Now, second option, it is the solar thermal power plant. Second option. We have seen that thermal energy generated from coal and nuclear fuel can be used to generate the electricity. Thermal energy can also be generated from solar radiations and can be used for electricity production. Different stages are there in such a solar thermal power plant. They are as shown in the figure 5.29. Three steps: steam turbine, electric generator, electric energy. These are the common here. Only these two initial steps, they are the different one. First of all, concentrators for collecting sunlight, and second step, absorber for absorbing this concentrated sunlight. By mistake here 5.29, this is the diagram 5.30. So as shown in the figure 5.30, many reflectors reflect and concentrate solar radiation on absorbers. Their solar energy is converted into heat energy. Using this heat energy, steam is generated to drive the turbine and generator. Schematic representation अगर देखना है, so these are the solar panels. Through these pipelines, there is a continuously flow of the water. Normal water is there. That normal water will pass. When it get fall through these panels, it get heated, it get boiled. Through that, there is the formation of steam. That steam, it get fall on the turbine. This turbine connected to the generator. Generator will start, and that electricity through this power grid, it gets supplied. Here again, whatever the remaining steam is there, here condenser is there. That means cooling tower is there, through which there is the condensation is occur. Due to that condensation of water, that cool water again flow through the solar panels, and again it get heated, boiled, and there is the formation of steam. In this way, there is a thermal power plant working is occur. So this is all about our fifth lesson. This lesson is very interesting, very important one. Read out the lesson properly. If any difficulty regarding to that, you can ask me. Thank you.